Have you ever felt like you followed all the rules, but it just isn't happening for you? This can be one of the most frustrating things in entrepreneurship. There's so many ways, so many avenues of how to succeed. Well, I did that through Instagram. This person did it through Pinterest. They did it because of their newsletter. Maybe it's the website. Which path do I take that's going to lead me to growing my company into something that puts money in my pocket and gives me a life outside of it? How do I quit my 9 to 5? It can be so frustrating to try to follow all the rules. About 6 months ago, I actually started screenshotting anytime I would see an advertisement for a course being launched on Instagram. Now, don't get me wrong, some of these courses were done by friends of mine, and I know that they have really, really great content. So there's some really great things about social media marketing. It can be a free platform, some really great tools there. But I want you to hear me say, I never followed their rules. I actually got most of them wrong most of the time. I don't post at the same time every day. I usually don't post multiple times a day. I never really understood the whole grid and how to put imagery to the work that I do. There's so many things, hashtags, let's not even go there, that I just didn't do right. But somehow, through the 3 years of my business, every year my sales have doubled. And for me, it came back to people buy from people. You find a need, you solve a need, and then you share that with others. And that's something that I come back to over and over again. You know, when I started seeing these ads for Instagram courses and all these things selling to me that they have the one way that I'm going to make money in my business, I just have to be really careful because I know so many of my friends that have tried that. For me, I started in finance. I was given a handbook that had all the rules. This many phone calls, this many meetings, this many pitches, and I promise you cannot fail. But you know what? After 5 years of trying and feeling like a failure over and over again and following the rule book, I just looked at myself and said, maybe I just need to use my brain and figure out how this would work differently. So that's what I'm saying to you right now. Let's stop for a second listening to all the shoulds of other people, all the rules that tell us exactly how to do it. If you follow this or do it this way, and just ask yourself, what do I think will work? When it comes to getting my name out there and marketing to others and telling others my story, what do you think will work? Because more than likely, you already know. You already know how to tell your friends your story, how to share this exciting new venture that you're working on. So just go share your story. Anne Lamott says the opposite of faith is not doubt, but certainty. You know what all of this I think comes back to? Control. We're fighting for control. We see the success of someone else and we think if I do it exactly like they do it, I'll succeed too. Or if we have a rule book in front of us and we think, if I follow all the rules, if that's how I succeed, I'm going to follow the rules. We want to take all the uncertainty out of entrepreneurship. But starting your own business is going to have risk. So today, I just want to talk to you about letting go of some of that control. Giving yourself the freedom to think for yourself about how you want to share your story and your message. Because when we try to control, we're going to get stressed out, frustrated when we don't get the same results someone else did. Malcolm Gladwell wrote a really incredible book called Outliers. And it talks a lot about this phenomena about really our success has to do with our talent. But it also has to do with the time that we were born, the place that we were born, circumstances. He talks about this a lot with Bill Gates and how the internet was started and the era of technology. And we think about this sometimes as luck. But there's a lot of different factors that come into play. And if we live our entrepreneurial life trying to control all those factors, we are not ever going to enjoy the ride. So something I've done that's really helped me In marketing, especially, when I say I don't follow the rules, I'm not trying to be rebellious and say I don't follow the rules. I just didn't have time to figure all that out. I just focused on the people right in front of me. And in social media terms, I call this engaging. So I have like 30 minutes a day to engage with those that are engaging with me. And so if there's people writing on my posts, I want to like their comment and re-comment back to them. I want to click on their feed, go to theirs, see what they're doing and comment. I ask myself the question, am I hanging out on social media or am I being intentional with the time I'm spending there? Every single moment as an entrepreneur, we get to decide if we're going to just try to follow the rules and do what they say, or if we're going to think for ourselves, be intentional, and create a plan to tell your story.